Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint the Edge Off, where I teach you to make a cool painting in about an hour and get a little drunk doing it. My name is Joel, and today we will be painting this painting right here. I call it Morning Chorus, okay? Like the flowers are singing to you in the morning, get it? This was just a nice, cool one. I kind of like the gesture of it. I don't know, it looks very cool. So if you want to paint this one, I'm going to tell you what you're going to need for it. But if you haven't already, please like, share, follow, subscribe. Search Paint the Edge Off. You'll find me on stuff. Or don't if you don't want to. I've got a little scroll there at the top. Feel free to, if you want to donate to help me get some of these done. If you want to talk, I've got a Discord chat line there. So, and as always, I'm going to be giving away a free painting with my, if you just answer my, correctly answer my completely subjective trivia question first in the comments, I will send you a free painting. So, before we get started, I'll tell you what you're going to need for this. What's up, Not? You were the first to comment, but I haven't said my question yet, so can't get a free painting yet. But if you wait just a minute, you can answer it. Okay, for this painting, you will need a 16 by 20 canvas or canvas of some size. I'm using 16 by 20, so that's kind of what I'm going to, draw. That's kind of the measurements I'm going to give you. You need some kind of easel. You will need some paper towels or a rag, some kind of towel to wipe some things off, maybe dry your brushes off or wipe some paint off or something. We've got a water cup, okay? You need some kind of water cup for your paint. This is acrylic paint, so you want some kind of water to mix in. Some leave your brushes in so they don't get all dried out. I've got paper plates for my palette. You can use anything you want, but I like paper plates because they're easy and they're cheap. Okay, I've got a blow dryer. Okay, that helps me dry my painting quickly. That's how I can move through it so fast. Acrylic paint dries fast anyway, but with a blow dryer, it's like Mach speed drying. I've also got whiskey, okay, that helps me paint a little bit. So if you want to pour yourself a drink, go for it. I think it's more fun that way. Okay, I've got some tools here. I've got a pencil which we might use just for like a second. We're really not gonna need the pencil too much. I've got a couple pieces of chalk. I got an orange and a blue piece. Those are basically just to sketch on my painting on my dry paint layers later. Okay, I've also got some brushes here. I've got my big flat brush. I have my medium flat brush. I have my medium round brush, and I have my small round brush. Okay, those are my 4 brushes. I'm going to take those, put them bristle down in my water cup, and leave them there anytime I'm not using them. And then my paint colors, I've got white, black. I've got a light yellow. I have phthalo blue. I have a bright red. And I also have a vermilion, which is basically an orangish red. So you can just kind of mix that up with yellow and orange if you don't have vermilion. And raw sienna, which is essentially a tan color. Yellow ochre works good, which comes with a lot of paint sets if you have that color. And yeah, I think that's about it. So, that being said, cheers. Paint along, have some fun. Let's paint the edge off. Okay, get my shot counter up here. So I took one before the show because I was nervous. Okay, so I've got 2 shots so far. Okay, all right, if I take my pencil, the only thing I might draw in on this is maybe a little line right here, something like that. You can kind of see that there. You know, if you want to do a little line somewhere in here, you know, it's a good distance. I might actually make it a little bit, slope down a little bit more on the right. You know, some kind of line like that, but you don't have to, okay? You can pretty much eyeball it, all right? Okay. All right, let's get painting. Let's take our plate. Let's get a bunch of white paint. I'm going to take my blue and my white. A little bit of blue. Now, really for this, you just need like a drop of blue. So I'm going to take my big brush out, my big flat brush, tap it off on my cup so I feel fancy. Okay, and then I'm going to take my brush and stir it around in that white paint. This gets the water all mixing in. Get that water mixed in with your white paint. And I'm going to take just a little drop of blue, okay, just a little bit of blue. And I'm going to mix that with like this whole pile of white probably. I want this to be a very, very light blue. All right, the lighter you go, you can't really go too light really. I mean, maybe you don't want it to be white with just a... But you can go pretty dang light with this, okay? Once I get this in, I'm just going to start painting. I'm going to bring my brush strokes kind of down towards this grass. We want to start with the sky because it's the furthest thing away. with painting, you always want to start with your background and kind of layer your way forward, kind of. And I'm going to go a little past my line that I drew there. Not far, but just a little bit, maybe an inch or two past that. And there we go. Sky. Check. Okay, let's take some paint. Let's paint our edges there so we look nice and clean. Take that all the way down there. Get those edges painted. This just looks nice on the wall. Once you want to hang it, you'll walk by your painting and see those dirty edges, and you're going to go, oh, God. Okay, I'm going to mix up some green. We'll start doing this, and then I'll do my trivia question. So let's get a little bit of yellow. There we go. All right. What makes green, kids? Yellow and blue. That's right. Take some yellow here, mix that in. Let's get a bunch of blue and yellow mixing up. Probably need a lot more yellow than blue typically. And I might mix in a little bit of white so I can kind of get some of this light blue mixing in there too. Just mix yourself up a nice bright green that you like and mix up a lot of it because we're going to fill up a lot the rest of this canvas with it. So we don't want to be short. All right, get that all mixed up. There we go. I got a nice green. I like this bright green. And let's get going here. So I'm just going to start filling my canvas in. And again, I'm bringing my brush strokes up at this kind of curved angle. Before I get all the way up to the top, where it's meeting the sky, I'll kind of stop. I want to go and get the bottom first. Then I'll work on mixing the green in there with the blue at the top. All right, so I'm going to fill this in. Now, we've already got someone who really wants to win a painting. So here's the trivia question today. What is Stephen Hawking's favorite TV show? Okay, is it A, Real Housewives of oh, geez. Forgot that I had it on the easel. Is it A, Real Housewives of Potomac? Is it B, Impractical Jokers? C, RuPaul Drag Race? D, Chris Angel Mind Freak? E, Dora the Explorer? F, Two Broke Girls? G, 90 Day Fiancé? H, Ink Masters? I, Stephen Hawking only watches anime, or J, anything with Mindy Kaling in it, okay? That's your trivia question. All right. All right, I'm going to try not to knock my canvas off the easel again. Okay. So, you think long and hard about that question, and I will tell you if you're right or not, okay? First one to correctly answer the comments wins a free painting. Okay, now I've kind of got most of this filled in. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and paint my side edges and my top edge. All right, let's get all my edges painted in all correctly. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and kind of mix this in there with that sky. I'm going to take my trivia question down for a minute. Now where this blue and the yellow meet, or blue and the green meet, I'm going to keep brushing up into that blue. Okay, I want to make sure I get all this really nice and solid and covered. Getting a little bit more water in my paint because it's starting to get a little dry on me. All right. Now what I want to do is I just want to kind of drag this up. And what I'm doing is I'm dragging up, I'm lifting off. I'm kind of letting that grass brushstroke just kind of lift off and fade off into the sky. All right, that's the illusion. But I am literally dragging my brush up and lifting off. Now I'm kind of curving this over. This is some kind of weird perspective where I'm like a little ant or something, looking up into the beautiful sky. All right, and the grass is kind of leaning, towering up over me. All right. And I want to do this painting for ants, because they need paintings too. All life forms need art. All life forms need a good painting that represents them. So, I'm doing God's work here. All right, let's bring this up. I really just want to cover these areas where the white is showing between the green and the blue. So let's go ahead and cover that up. And at the top, I'm going to kind of curve it a little more over to the left. You know, in the middle, it could be a little more straight up, but it's always kind of curving to the right a little bit. I guess on the right side of your canvas, it's kind of going more straight up and down. Come on. And there we go. Okay, there's our painting. Now, I covered a little bit more of this guy than I did in my first one, but hey, whatever. All right, let's wash our brush out. Just switch around there a little bit in your water cup. I'm going to blow dry, take a shot or two, and we'll keep going. Okay, so again, so let's see. I'm going to put my trivia question up. We'll talk about, me and my girlfriend are watching Star Wars. We've got through all the old ones. Now we're on to just the brand new ones. But we've gotten through all of Star Wars. Okay, again, trivia question. If you want to win a free painting, I'll leave my trivia question up. It is, what is Stephen Hawking's favorite TV show? Is it A, Real Housewives of Potomac, B, Impractical Jokers, C, is it C, RuPaul's Drag Race? Is it D, Chris Angel Mind Freak, E, Dora the Explorer, F, Two Broke Girls, G, 90 Day Fiancé, H, Ink Master, I, Stephen Hawking's only watches anime, or J, anything with Mindy Kaling in it, because she is a queen. Okay, Sherry, you guessed L. There's no L. Do you mean I? I maybe kind of looks like L on the screen. I think Sherry's trying to guess that Stephen Hawking's only watches anime, which is a good guess. Now, you know, I want to do one thing. I do want to bring my, I made a little crapsodent here. Okay, Julie Sanders says A, Real Housewives of Potomac. Also a good answer. Okay, Sherry says I. Stephen Hawking only watches anime. Okay. Okay, before I move on, I do want to bring this down a little bit, so I might make a new line here. It's maybe a little lower. And, I'm going to take my sky color here. I'm going to wash my green out. I'm going to take a paper towel and kind of dry it off. And let's get a little bit more of this light blue color I have mixed up. And I'm just going to bring this down a little bit more, Now my green's a little wet, so I want to be careful not to, mix it too much. I do want this to be kind of a clean little layer there, so I'm mixing, I thought it was dry enough, but I guess it's not. Okay, just a little bit more. Take a little bit more white. And I'm going to make a little bit more of my light blue. I want to extend this sky down, but I might be overworking it a little bit. Because now I'm getting some green mixed in the sky. I think I still got a little bit of green in my brush is the problem. Yeah, I do. All right, I'm going to wash this out really good. Okay. A little bit more white paint. Okay. Yeah, make sure your brush is totally washed out before you do that. I had a little bit green left in my brush, so I washed that a little bit better. Now it's going to be a little cleaner. Okay, I want to bring this light blue right here, cover up any of that green that might be showing. And I want to kind of bring this want to bring my sky down a little bit further. I think I brought my green grass up a little bit higher than I wanted to. Kind of works both ways. You can take the blue and kind of cut into the grass a little bit. You could take the grass and go over the blue a little bit like we did to start. But either way, it kind of has that same effect, you know, as long as you're, you know, dragging real light lines through there, little light brush strokes, you know. It'll kind of give that same effect. Okay, now I'm going to have to really dry this for a minute. I don't want to cover any of this green that's showing, which is kind of mixing in up here, and I'm kind of making it worse. But, you know, we'll just call that, you know, a happy fuck up there. Okay. And, you know, that's probably good enough right there. All right. Okay, we'll leave that alone. I'm going to blow dry it for just a minute longer. Now, we want this to be super dry because the next step we're going to draw with our chalk on there. We're also going to, you know, paint some new colors there. We don't want anything mixing in. The sky up here is super wet, so I just painted a lot of paint on it. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Yeah, so we've been watching all the Star Wars in order, starting with the, like, in chronological order, not like actual, like when they were made, but so we started with, you know, episode 1, 2, 3, and then we watched Solo, and then we watched Rogue One, and then we watched episode 4, 5, 6, the old ones there. And now the next ones we're going to start the new ones. So it's been kind of fun. I haven't seen a lot of the old ones in a long time, but, you know, Empire Strikes Back and Jedi, Return of the Jedi were a lot cooler than I remember. They were actually really cool. I was kind of afraid. I'm like, are these movies going to hold up? And for the most part, they do. Some of the acting's it's a little sillier than I remember. I don't know. Yoda in the second one is like a cartoon character, which is weird because in the first ones he's so serious. He's like this goofy puppet, but I didn't really have a problem with it. But like overall, it was just kind of like a, I don't know. It's just funny how different they're portrayed in the movies. But yeah, got through the old ones, now we're doing the new ones. And then now Harry Potter's on HBO, which I've never seen, so we're going to do Harry Potter next because I've never seen them, so that'd be fun. And yeah, Sherry, you've never seen Star Wars? Yeah, I feel like you've told me that before too, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. Star Wars are fun. I don't know. It's nothing, you know, I don't take them as like, you know, the greatest movies ever or anything, but they're fun. This blue, I'm afraid, is going to take a while to dry. Some of it's starting to dry. I'm going to give it just another, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds here and I'll be done. But yeah, I don't know. What's y'all's favorite Star Wars movie? I kind of tend to like Empire Strikes Back and episode 5. And I also like Revenge of the Sith a lot, but Rogue One might be my favorite. I don't know why. Movie's awesome. It's not as goofy, I guess, you know. It actually is like I don't know, it seems to like make more sense. But, you know, again, you don't watch Star Wars for realism necessarily. But I did like that movie a lot. Alright, we'll call that good there. Okay, so let's take another shot. I definitely didn't count my last shot, so I'm going to count 2 here. Okay, yeah, I didn't count the last shot, so that's 4 shots now. Okay. Okay, next part. Let's take our chalk Let's see. I think the orange chalk should show up a little better. Now, if you make a mistake, you draw something wrong, or you don't cover something up that you drew. Here's the deal. Just lick your finger and it comes right off. Okay. Tastes good. Settles your heartburn. Okay. Let's take our chalk and let's draw a couple things in. We want to draw in at the bottom here. We want to draw our little ground space there. So basically, I'm going to make an angled line that's kind of curved, kind of following this line that we drew up here. Okay, but I'm going to draw this about yay big. A little curved line. Okay, that's going to be the ground. Okay, now let's draw our flowers. I'm going to start with this big flower here, which might be... I'm going to start with that one. It's probably going to be the hardest because it might be in a wet place where the paint might be a little wet. I get so sweaty. Okay. God. Okay. Up here, let's put our biggest flower. It's going to be kind of on this far right, side here in the top right quadrant. A little bit more to the right, than the middle of that quadrant. And it's going to basically be a diamond. So I'm going to kind of start with this big V there. And then at the top, it's going to be kind of a pretty horizontal little line there. Okay. And you'll see a little bit clearer down here. That's just, this one's a little bit in the blue. It's a little harder to see, but I'm going to start kind of my big ones. There's going to be one here. Let's put a big one here. Okay, so again, the bottom's a little more of an acute angle, okay? At the top, it's a little more of an obtuse angle. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start with my big ones. Let's see, there's two big ones here. There's another one here, kind of a bigger one there. So yeah, it's a little flatter on the top, a little longer on the bottom. Okay, there's a littler one over here. All right, let's go right here. Let's see, let's put another. Now, I would try not to have these all like in a certain pattern. I'm trying to make it a little random. Let's put one there. How about one there? All right, let's see, one there. Maybe one here. And then, I'll put some small ones, maybe a little small one there. Let's see, I've got a couple more. Got like one in here. Maybe I'll do another kind of smaller to medium sized one there. Let's do one here. Now, I want to have one, at least one that goes off the edge, just so it looks a little bit more, you don't want all your stuff just perfectly fitting in. You want to have something that's like, kind of going off the edge. It looks more realistic that way, because when you look at something, it doesn't, everything doesn't just stop at the frame of your camera there, or whatever the frame of your eye. You see things going off the side of the picture. So, add that stuff in. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit bigger too, so it stands out a little bit more. I'm also going to draw in a couple lines that are kind of just some loose lines. I want to have one big one that kind of goes from this one. Maybe one that goes here. Maybe one here. Those are kind of my biggest ones. And then maybe I'll do just a few more big ones like so. And I'm just going to kind of put those in for now. Maybe one there. Okay, and that's pretty much all the drawing we have to do. Okay, so congratulations, we completed another step. Let's take a shot. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to start with kind of the things furthest in our background first. So we want to start with our ground. Okay, then we're going to do some of the stems. Then we're going to, after we do all that, then we'll do the flowers. Then we'll add in maybe some of those black lines or those little like light orange colors in the background, kind of showing like faint glimpses of flowers. All right. So let's start by taking a new plate. Let's get some red and some yellow. Get a little bit of red here. Let's get a lot of yellow. And we'll get some white. White's always hard to see on there. Okay, now, again, really wash your brush out. I don't want any of my greens or blues mixing in with my orange because it'll make kind of a nasty color. So really wash your brush out. And let's mix up a nice light orange color, mostly yellow, little drop of red in there. Kind of add red slowly as you get mixing there. Kind of add that little by little. And once I get this orange, let's add a bunch of white. Let's take a big scoop of white there. Okay, we got kind of this light yellow corally color here. All right, and that's what we're going to take down this bottom corner. We're just going to start. And you know, the good thing about this one, this painting, is the thing that makes it nice is kind of the loose, you know, brush strokes that kind of create the sky or the background of the ground, and then the really hard edges of all the flowers in front. Okay, so we're pretty much done with that big brush. All right, let's take our small flat brush now. Now I'm going to start with a small flat brush, and I'll use my small round or my medium round brush next. Okay. Let's see. Again, the trivia question, if you haven't seen it already, is what is Stephen Hawking's favorite TV show? There's your answers. There's some good ones. You know, is it Chris Angel Mind Freak? I don't know. Is it Real Housewives of Potomac? You know, does Stephen Hawking only watch anime? You know, these are questions you have to ask yourself at night. It's the questions that keep me up at night. Okay, now I got that raw sienna and I got black on my canvas or my plate there. Okay. And you know, again, did I take a shot for that last step? I don't remember, but you know, I'm gonna take another one. But I'm not gonna count two. I'm gonna count one. I think I just missed one shot, but I don't know. All right. I'm getting low on whiskey. What am I gonna do? Oh, not. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you, sir. Okay, now that was, I guess that's shot 5. Okay, let's take our little small flat brush. Let's get our raw sienna on there. Stir your brush around that water, get it mixing in. Okay, now once I stir it in, you know, again, if I want to make, I'm trying to make a skinny line here, so I'll take my brush, kind of scrape it off on the side, and I'll kind of pull it through, flip it over, pull it through. And I'm going to trace in my stems, okay? So I'm going to hold my brush flat to my canvas. I'm not going to lean it anyway. I'm just going to hold it straight to it and just drag. At the bottom, I can press a little bit hard, press down a little bit harder until it gets a little bigger. Now this is going to be my biggest stem, so if I can make this one maybe slightly bigger than you know, the rest, a little bit bigger than I need to. Okay, and then the rest of these, I'm just going to kind of drag these pretty lightly, maybe make them a little thicker at the bottom. But you know, I'm just going to basically drag these through. These are our big stems. And it can go, I like to have some of them go over into the ground. All right, there's our big ones. Now, after that, I'm going to take some of this, and I'm going to put just some loose, random lines. Make some close to each other, some spread out, some long, some short. Try to be a little random with it. Maybe I'll just put some down here at the bottom. Okay, so it's kind of up to you how many you add. I just kind of want to fill in some of the empty space, kind of make some of it a little more exciting. And there we go. That's probably all of the brown we need. I'm going to wash that out. Now I'm going to go to my little medium round brush. Oh, medium round. Oh, there it is. Okay, now this is pretty good for making just some real thin, pretty lines. I'm going to take this. I'm going to get this, mix this water in that you know, with this black paint. And I'm gonna kind of spin my brush, kind of twist it a little bit, like so. Can't really see it too well, but I'm twisting my brush as I get painted, and that kind of keeps the point on my brush a little better. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna Put a little black line kind of going through some of these, or maybe on one side to be like a shadow, or just another line. And I'm only going to put it on mainly these big stems, those first ones I drew in. Keep adding water to this because you want this to kind of flow more like ink. Adding a little bit of water is going to help you with that. So let's put some of these in here. I'm not worried too much about if they're exactly on each stem. And I'll just throw some of these out here too to kind of just be some extra lines out here. Everyone loves extra lines. Ooh, that was a big one. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with big lines, who isn't? Okay, now I've got some black in there. Now we're ready to move on to our flowers, okay? So another step down, another shot for me. And, yeah. Okay, let's go back to my, shot counter. Let's go back to my red and yellow plate here. I'm going to take go back to my small flat brush. Okay, I just had some brown on there, so let's wash it out. And we'll get some nice, just bright red on my brush. Oh, jeez. And I'm just going to paint these, the flowers that I've drawn in. I'm just going to paint these in. I'm just going to fill them in all red. That's all I'm going to do for the first step, okay? So, take your brush, get that paint on there. Try to make some nice hard edges there, okay? There we go. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's see, what else is new? We've been watching Star Wars. We've gotten through all the Star Wars. We're on to the newest ones. And yeah, now we're going to start Harry Potter next. Just too many shows now. We got we got some HBO Go. We got some I finally gave in and got the Disney Plus. We've got all this stuff, so there's all these things we got to watch, and it's a real chore, it's a real struggle, Last night I had my fantasy football draft, it's just a hard life. My friend came over, he's got 2 kids, and he said, hey, family, gosh, you guys are going through a lot, but Daddy's got to go draft imaginary players for his imaginary sports team, guys. Sorry, this takes precedent over your, you starving, pooping your pants. Okay, this flower actually kind of accidentally ended up right on top of the stem, which is, I guess it's okay. At first it looked kind of like, might be kind of weird, but I guess it'll be fine. I tried to make it lean over one side, but I'll just leave it. Yeah, I don't know. What's y'all's favorite Star Wars movie? I think Rogue One is one of my favorites. And Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite of the old ones. I like Revenge of the Sith and then the prequels. Yeah, we had our fantasy draft, and my friend came over and he told his wife, he's like, he's got 2 kids, and they're like, 3 and like almost 1-year-old, so they're very small. And he's like, all right, well, this looks like it's pretty much on autopilot, so I'm gonna get out of here. That's like his new favorite line to say to his wife. I don't know if she appreciates it, but I think it's fucking hilarious. This looks like it's all under control. Daddy's got to go draft football players for his made-up league. So that's what I did last night. Alright. Still filling these in. How is everybody? Anything new with y'all? Someone talk to me. I need social interaction. I'm gonna start making up comments that people say and pretend like I'm responding to them. Oh, I haven't been working out, but thank you, GS Girl 52.
What do you mean that's the end? That's not. It's the beginning of something interesting. Listen, that's the end of that saga. What? Are you Icelandic?
Alright, so I kind of start with his outline, making a little outline, and then I just fill them in. Now, this is just the first layer, so it's not like... It's okay if it's not perfect, because we're going to add all the details on top. This is kind of get our base layer going, just like the base layer of color. And then we'll add our lighter colors on top, and our blacks too, but mostly our lighter colors. So, you know, I'm going to add... I don't know, I feel like... No, I'm going to leave it alone. I was going to put one here, but I almost... Maybe it's not. I think it's fine. I don't want to overdo too many. Maybe I'll put a little tiny one somewhere. I feel like I don't have very many itty bitty ones. Itty bitty flower committee. All right. And you know, yeah, I want to add one more in. This seems a little too similar to me. I'm going to put a little tiny one there. Maybe a little tiny one here. Kind of blank in there. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it alone after that. And look, these are all kind of in a row. Whatever, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, let's blow dry this and take a shot. And again, the trivia question today. What is Stephen Hawking's favorite TV show? Is it A, Real Housewives of Potomac? Is it B, Impractical Jokers? C, RuPaul Drag Race? D, Chris Angel Mind Freak? E, Dora the Explorer? F, Two Broke Girls? G, 90 Day Fiancé? H, Ink Masters? I, Steven only watches anime. Or J, anything with Mindy Kaling in it. She is a queen. Okay, that's your trivia question today. You know, study. You know, you can try to look it up on Google, but good luck. Yeah. Did that work? There we go. Okay. Let's take one more shot just because. Oh no, I'm out of whiskey. What do I do? If only I had another full bottle. Ah. Alright, that's got to be dry by now. Alright. Get some more whiskey. And we'll trace. And we'll keep going. Yeah, it's been a fun week, honestly. Had a lot of days off work. That's been nice. Watching a lot of movies. Been watching a lot of old Batman the Animated Series from the 90s because it's on HBO Go, and I just got HBO, and I want to. That show is cool. Alright, yeah, maybe I did watch 65 episodes of Batman the Animated Series in the past couple weeks, which is a cartoon that I watched when I was a child. But you know what? Stop judging me for it, okay? I'm just living my truth here. Okay, so let's keep going. We got our red paint. Now we want to start adding on our light colors, our details. Okay, this is where we make the painting really nice. Okay, what we want to do is we're going to introduce Vermilion to the group. Oh, hey, Vermilion, nice to meet you. We're red and yellow and white. What's up? Oh, nothing much. I'm just being Vermilion over here. We don't like you now. That was a dumb voice, Vermilion. Okay. Okay, we got old Vermilion here. Let's take some red. Red and vermilion are gonna get it on over here. Now we got a vermilion-y red color here. Now if you don't have vermilion, just add a little bit of yellow. It's basically an orangey red. But I've got a little bit more of an orange red now. Now this is gonna be the second darkest color of our red little flowers here. So what I want to do here is, how I like to paint these is I start with the bottom petals. Like essentially there's a couple petals in front and then there's some little petals in the middle. So let's go ahead and start here. Let's go wow. All right, and then wow. Okay, that kind of sets up where those two big petals are, and I'm gonna go ahead and make this kind of it's gonna be our thickest, our biggest blotches of paint on the red, and then we're gonna start painting our lighter colors on top of this orangey red color. Okay, now let's go. So let's kind of do it like this. I'll kind of show you how I'm gonna go through it. I kind of go like this, kind of highlight the upper point there, and then inside I kind of make a little, it's kind of like an origami figure. It's kind of how I see it. But maybe some of these I make, fill some of that in with some of that orangey red. Okay, I like to leave this space right here, right above where these two petals come in, the darkest. So I leave that kind of deep red. Okay, and then above that I kind of play with the little lines there. Okay, so I'm gonna do on each one of these. Let's go ahead and start here. Boom, 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 boom. There's always gonna be my first 4 brush strokes here. It's a little bit clearer there so you can see it. All right. And I can get a little looser as I go, like how, many lines I put in the very center of the flower, but, that's kind of going to be my little process, okay? That's my process. All right, I'm going to make these parts a little thick. Thin line at the top. Well, not thin, it's a little thin. And a couple lines in the middle, okay? So again, I start at these 2 outer corners and I kind of bring a little curved line. And that kind of sets up where my petals are. Something about these kind of reminds me of, like Alice in Wonderland, those red, because they're kind of like, have sharp edges on them. Oh, thank you, Sherry. So nice of you. Okay. Down here in these small ones, I can be pretty loose with them. If here's a small one, I can kind of go like, oh, line, line, bam, bam, line. And you can kind of leave that how it is, all right? Okay, Sherry, so you've never seen Star Wars, is that correct? Have you ever seen Harry Potter? Have you watched any of those? Are you just not a fantasy fan? You like Law and Order SVU? Is that more your speed? Oh, whoops, actually I went in the bottom. Whoopsie. We're gonna call that a happy little fuck up. And we're gonna take a shot for it too, because I feel like if I'm getting off on my painting, I just need to get a little drunker and I paint better. Whew. All right. I'll put the trivia question back up just for a minute if anyone's tuning in and wants to, guess on it. Okay. Keep going here. Joel, where are you going? The kids are crying. Little Thomas has a dirty diaper. Sarah's having an eye infection. And I haven't eaten today. Well, this looks like it's all on autopilot. I'm going to get out of here and go draft my fantasy football team. That's me as a father. I think I'd be a great father. Sherry, have you ever watched any Harry Potter? I haven't. I've never watched them, but my girlfriend says I should watch them, so we're going to do that next. Sherry, or do you believe it's the devil? Is it the work of the devil? They did fantasy stuff a week ago. Oh, fantasy football? Or are you talking about fantasy movies? Because I was kind of talking about both. Nah, did you guess on the trivia question? How are you going to get a painting if you don't guess on the trivia question? Do you want me to put the trivia questions up? Or did you already guess? I don't even know, not.
No one asked you where exactly
You're going with I? Well, wait, didn't someone already say I? Or was that you? Did you say I? You is funny. Sherry already said I. See, oh, oh, fantasy football. Sherry, are you a big fantasy football fan? Who's your starting running back, Sherry? Sherry's like, call me crazy, but I'm going Alvin Kamara. #1 pick overall. Call me crazy, but I'm going Adrian Peterson. Hell to the no. Okay, Chris Angel, Mind Freak. Not guesses Chris Angel, Mind Freak, which has not been guessed yet. Okay, I just missed that one. Okay, after this we can move on to the next colors. Kind of keep adding our details on our flower. We're almost there, really. These last parts don't go too bad. That's true, yeah. So, beyond just the incredible, writing and acting ability of Chris Angel, I think Stephen Hawking probably really, wants to understand what's going on. How is Chris Angel able to do these things? Okay, cheers. Another shot. What? You have a nephew who's 8 who's drafting fantasy football? What? I mean, does he auto drafting? Does he actually know the names? He's like, nah, no way. Ezekiel Elliott, he's gonna crap the bed this year, I can tell. Okay, I'm adding some white to my vermilion-y red, which is basically just a reddish orange. Okay, not quite. It's not as orange as down here. It's not as yellow as down here. More red up here than it is down there. What? Let's see. Julie asked what kind of flowers these are. These are made-up flowers. These are whatever kind of flowers you want them to be. What do they look like? Because I just kind of painted them, but I don't know. Sometimes I want to know kind of what these look like or what a good name for it would be. One time I looked up this flower called Asiatic lilies. Okay, by the way, I'm going to start kind of the same way. Okay, but I'm going to start doing thinner lines, alright? So basically what I'm doing is I'm painting on top of my lighter red, and now I'm making an even lighter shade, and now I'm going to be a little bit more kind of precise about where I put my light colors, okay? But I'm keeping them on top of my orangish red color and just painting the top part. I'm imagining the light is hitting the top of these, so I'm painting on top of, if here's a lighter red color on top of my dark red, here's the light red, I'm going to put the even lighter color right at the top of that, okay? So it's kind of got a couple steps up to that dark, middle, and then lightest, okay? Okay, now he's on, I'd love to win. I've won a couple times in fantasy football, and it's like, if you think about it, it depends kind of how they divvy up the money, but if there's, 10 people in your league, if it's winner take all, if you win once every 10 times you play, 10 years in a league, you made your money back, but if you win faster, obviously you win more, but sometimes they divvy it up like, first place gets like, 70% of the winnings, and then second place gets their money back, or so much. But yeah, if you win once in a while, it actually, of course, there's most people just, never win, but not me, because I know how to play. I don't know. You know, actually this year I probably will not do well because I have not been paying any attention to fantasy any football. Unfortunately, sadly, my amazing, historically awesome team, the Detroit Lions, actually this year don't look too great to me, and we lost our star player Matthew Stafford, who's been maybe the only thing good to watch about that team. And I kind of just don't care right now. They got a new coach, they're rebuilding. I just don't care. But maybe I should. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a true fan. I am. I'm rooting for him, but like, I don't know. I'm just kind of burnt out on it right now. So I haven't been paying much attention. Man, last night we were drafting, and I'm like, I'll take whoever this guy is because he's next up on the. You know, I just kind of went off the. I mean, I didn't auto draft, but like I was kind of going a little bit more off those little ranking sheets than I normally do, and because I just have not been paying attention to rookies and crap like that. And oh, at LSU he was so good, and so this year I think with this offense, I have no idea this year. I'm just going with I just went with kind of a little bit of strategy. I had second pick overall, so I got Derrick Henry. Christian McCaffrey was taken first, of course, and I did not go with Dalvin Cook. Maybe I should have, but you know, he's had some injuries. Derrick Henry just seems more solid for the whole year, and that's really all I'm looking for. Looking for this year not having to, if I can have a guy that's more stable. Of course, watch Derrick Henry get injured for, you know, which he never does, and watch him get injured this year just because I drafted him. Now, that's poppycock, Joel. Don't talk like that. All right, fine, I won't. I guess I need to take a shot. Let's take a shot, okay? Come on, Joel, don't talk that poppycock. Derrick Henry's going to be a stud this year. Ooh. I'm not sure on Mulu part. Looks from the flowers. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Comments on the flowers. Oh, that's all you hear about is fantasy. Yeah, you got a lot of football fans in your family. Well, you know, sounds like you know about quite a few teams. I mean, you listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. No, yeah. You know, it's better than, you know, a lot of people don't know any. Okay, let's wash our brush out. That's working. Okay, so now we've got to put on. I think all that's left is we're gonna put some. You know, actually, I don't have to wash it out that much because we're gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna take a little bit more white here, a little bit more yellow. We're gonna make a more. Oh, okay, that's a lot of yellow. But let's take a more yellowy orange and a lot more white. So we have this light, yellowy orange color. Okay, more of a true coral color probably. I don't know. Is coral more orangey red or reddish orange? You know, yellowish orange or reddish orange? I don't know, but this is a more yellowish orange and a lot of white. And now, before we add the white and the black on, which is really our last steps, I'm going to put some little orange, some light orange. Yeah. This is where you want to be like, Okay, be really stupid and artsy here. And really, you know, explore your artistic freedom. Be a real dumbass here and pretend like you're way more artistic than you are. And you know, what I'm doing really is I'm just kind of putting these in areas where I think needs a little bit more action, or, you know, maybe not as much. This in here seems a lot of the same colors, very linear. When I look at the browns and the blacks kind of like make this whole thing a little, you know, so maybe I just cover up some area like that and kind of breaks up some of that. That's really all what I'm doing when I'm feeling it. Also, you know, after a while I don't want to put them all horizontal. Maybe I put one, you know, vertical right there. Oh, kind of covering that up, sorry. I put a little vertical one here, maybe a little vertical line there. Now I don't want to overdo it, which I'm kind of starting to do. So I'm going to leave it right there, okay? I've got some of those in there. And after that, let's go to back to our medium round brush, okay? Medium round brush. Oh, what is that? Oh, well. It seems like it focuses on it better out here. I don't know. Okay. Okay, now we're on to white and black. Let's get a new plate. I'm going to go back to this plate because I still have some black on there. Let's get some white and some black. Okay, let's get some. Let's really wash our brush out because we don't want to have any other colors in here. We want to be very washed out. So we're gonna go to white. Okay, if there's any paint in your brush, it will show up with white. Okay, and let's take another shot too while we're at it.
What do you think?
Well, it's not the kind of music that old Willie Shakespeare here used to write.
Great big hit.
Did it go up? Was it 11? Are we only at 11? Okay.
And that's cool.
Okay, so let's see. My round brush washed it out. Okay, let's get some white paint on my brush. And let's put our highlights on. Okay, now I want to be very sparing with this. All right, don't be too crazy with the white. It will, I don't know, just be sparing with it. Trust me, okay? Trust me. Okay, let's put a little white one there, white one here. Okay, a little white one there. So basically our lightest areas, maybe a little bit lighter, maybe like one little white there. Okay, and that's about, you want to be very sparse with this, okay? Maybe down here. On the smaller ones, pick just like 1 or 2 spots. On the bigger ones, you can pick 3, 4 spots. On the medium ones, 2 or 3 maybe, but very sparing.
Okay.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Julie. Hope you ladies are having a great mid-afternoon, night, mid-afternoon,
I'm leaving.
evening, early evening.
I love you too.
Here's a bigger one. I can add a little bit more big white clumps in there. But even that might be a little too much, you know? So always start with less. You can always add more.
Well, there's a church from way back when, where we used to go
Oh, I didn't
and
do
eat
that
for
one.
free. With all the other dirty homeless bums, must have smelled just as bad as me. Well, that was a long time ago.
There we go. Okay, now we got a lot of those white spots in now. We're gonna go to black. So again, wash your brush out really good. Oh, you're fighting a headache? What kind of headache do you get? 'Cause I get some, every once in a while I get migraines and I think, what's wrong with me? And then I think, oh, I was wasted today. And then I just stayed up and I started eating and stuff, and then it's 9 o'clock and I've been trying to eat off and drink, you know, non-alcoholic stuff to drink this headache away, and I just got drunk. I'm basically, sometimes I'll drink after this and I won't drink the rest of the night, and then at like 9 o'clock I'm like, I'm sobering up finally, kinda, you know? I get this big headache. Probably not what you're dealing with, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, okay, back to my flowers. What I want to do with the black is kind of basically, the main thing I want to do is outline the bottom. And I want to make some pretty good, quick lines, okay? Hey, Old Winter King, did you get my messages to you? I sent that painting. Everybody, just so you know, I sent my painting to Australia yesterday. Furthest my paintings are ever going to go, or have gone yet, I mean. And, you know, we'll see how long it gets there. I'm kind of interested to see when you get it. But yeah, I've never sent a painting that far. Australia. I've sent ones to, like, Germany. But Australia's a lot further, right? I mean, it's like the other side of the world. Or am I wrong about that? I have no idea. But I am curious. Old Winter King, did you get my message? I messaged you on Twitch. So yeah, I look forward to this, everybody. It's funny, as he's talking to me last week and he picks the paint and then he gives me the address. I'm like, oh, that's Australia. Coming from Arkansas. Pretty cool. Okay, cool. Thank you, sir. Sire. Mr. King. King? King Winter.
I can make you put your phone down.
Probably
As you cruise through the city, I can make you put your phone down. You
Oh,
ain't
really?
gonna text
Sherry says, so
nobody
Sherry,
when
you've
you
sent
with
stuff
me,
to
I can
Australia
make you
before?
put your phone down. So you can
Okay.
show me attention. And I cut my
Old
love
Winter
too.
King, if you want to know, I'll let you into my
Boy, that'll
world here a
help
little
when I
bit.
listen, I can make
It costs $67 to send it to Australia. That's the cheapest way.
Baby, we don't
I mean,
need
there's other ways to send it that would have been more
when you
expensive.
get a text
But I took
message,
the cheapest.
act like
67,
you
so
don't
yeah, it wasn't
see
too
it,
bad
I can make
actually.
you put your phone down.
I was curious. I'm like, is this going to cost me like
Tell me,
$200?
do you copy? I can make
But
you
it
put your
didn't.
phone down.
Hey, Winter King, just for fun, if you want to look at my trivia question today, the trivia question today is, what is Stephen Hawking's favorite TV show? Is it A, Real Housewives of Potomac, B, Impractical Jokers, C, RuPaul's Drag Race, D, Chris Angel Mind Freak, E, Dora the Explorer, F, Two Bro Girls, G, 90 Day Fiance, H, Ink Masters, I, Steven only watches anime, or J, anything with Mindy Kaling in it, she's a queen. Okay? So that's your trivia question. Okay. Now, I left some of these like that one and that one. I didn't put any black on, because I don't want to put it on all of them, all right? Okay, so I think that's the painting. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I made a painting, drunk. And let's take another shot, okay? Thanks everybody for watching, and till next week. Keep on, keep trucking, okay? Let me pour a shot. I'm gonna sign my name. We want to sign your initials on here, so it's a fancy painting. And then paint your bottom edge. And that's the last part. Cheers. Okay. Last thing I want to do, take our little baby brush. Let's get that little light corally color. And let's paint our initials at the bottom. Let's sign our painting. Boom. And then we're going to paint that bottom edge. I think I'm just going to paint the orangey color. I'm going to go back to my orange color that I did for my ground. I'm going to paint that across the whole bottom, just because why not, I like it. And there we go. Again, everybody, thank you for watching. Today's winner is Not Important, who is on Twitch and guest Chris Angel Mind Freak, okay? Stephen Hawking's, believe it or not, he watches a lot of trash TV. A lot of Housewives, a lot of this, that, but his favorite is Chris Angel Mind Freak, okay? Because not only does Chris Angel, have something he doesn't, which is, real star power and, power to command the stage and draw attention, but he's also magic. Okay, he has a power that Stephen Hawking will never understand. He's a real magic person living today. Okay, so congratulations, Not Important. Yay! Everyone's clapping for you. Wow, I'm getting so much applause from the crowd. Wow, everyone's so happy for you. Not. Stephen Hawking's favorite show is Chris Angel Mind Freak. He doesn't watch anime, which a lot of people think, but he doesn't like anime because, frankly, it's not based in reality. Okay, unlike Chris Angel Mind Freak. Okay, he likes Ink Masters, but he's not a fan of art. Okay, he would hate this show, by the way. Impractical Jokers is just a cruel joke to him. He thinks, why would you do that to someone? It's just cringe. He says cringe. He does love Mindy Kaling, Two Broke Girls. He does like that. Dora the Explorer, he does like figuring out. He just likes to watch that one because it makes him feel good about, being able to guess, oh, it's Swiper. Swiper did it, RuPaul Drag Race. A little bit because he has fantasies, but not into it. Real Housewives, no. He doesn't watch Real Housewives. That one I put in there just to throw you off. 90 Day Fiance, also no. I put that one in there to throw you off. Okay, so there's your answers. Congratulations, Not. There's today's painting. Like always, like, follow, share, subscribe if you want to, donate to keep this mess going. Do it. And, hey, keep trucking, everybody, all right? So, with that, bye.